Zenkō-ji is a Buddhist temple located in Nagano, Japan. The temple was built in the 7th century. Nagano City, established in 1897, was originally a town built around the temple. Historically, Zenkō-ji is perhaps most famous for its involvement in the battles between Uesugi Kenshin and Takeda Shingen in the 16th century, when it served as one of Kenshin's bases of operations. Currently, Zenkō-ji is one of the last few remaining pilgrimage sites in Japan. Zenkō-ji was founded before Buddhism in Japan was split into several different sects, so it currently belongs to both the Tendai and Jōdoshu schools of Buddhism, and is co-managed by 25 priests from the former school, and 14 from the latter. The temple enshrines images of the Amida Buddha. According to legend, the image, having caused dispute between two clans, was dumped into a canal. It was later rescued by Yoshimitsu Honda. The temple was thus named Zenkō, according to the Chinese transliteration of Yoshimitsu's name. The main Buddhist image is a Hibitsu, a hidden Buddha statue, not shown to the public. This Hibitsu is rumored to be the first Buddha statue to ever be brought to Japan. The commandments of the temple require the absolute secrecy of the statue, prohibiting it to be shown to anyone, including the chief priest of the temple. However, a replica of the statue has been created which can be shown publicly once every 6 years in spring, in a ceremony called Goka-icho. This event attracts many worshippers and visitors. When the statue was on display in 2003, Zenkō-ji cooperated with Mota Zenkō-ji and Zenkō-ji of Kofu, Yamanashi Prefecture. The most recent display of Medachi Honzon took place in April and May 2015. The temple contains a statue of Binzuru, a physician who was said to be Buddha's follower. Visitors to the temple touch the statue in order to cure their ailments. The temple also contains an inner prayer chamber, accessible to visitors. Currently, a daily morning ritual is held there by the high priest or priestess. For the inner chamber, a narrow staircase leads down to a completely dark corridor. In this corridor, worshippers try to touch a metal key hanging on the wall, in order to gain enlightenment. The key represents the key to the Western paradise of the Amida Buddha. History. According to the explanation of Zenkō-ji, the Hibitsu, or the main image of Zenkō-ji, moved from India to Japan by way of the Korean peninsula in the 6th century, during the reign of Emperor Kime. Afterwards, it was moved several times before coming to rest at its present location in Nagano City. At the end of the Kamakura period, many temples copied Zenkō-ji's famous Buddha statue, and many new temples were built around the country, calling themselves Zenkō-ji or Shin Zenkō-ji. In the Sengoku period, when the Zenkō-ji became embroiled in the struggles between Uesugi Kenshin and Takeda Shingen, the chief abbot was afraid it would be burned to the ground. He built a new Zenkō-ji in what is now Kofu. It stands to this day. In 1598, Toyotomi Hideyoshi moved the Hibitsu to Kyoto, and then to Shinano. The Hibitsu and the Zenkō-ji temple itself have since been moved back to Nagano. Zenkō-ji temple decided to pull out of the 2008 Summer Olympics torch relay, in relation with the 2008 Tibetan unrest and in solidarity with the Tibetan Buddhists. The Zenkō-ji temple was then vandalized. Inside the compound, the Zenkō-ji compound contains many interesting and historically significant buildings. The compound is arranged in a linear fashion, from the south to the north, so that worshippers and visitors would likely see the buildings in this order. Admission to most of the buildings at the compound is covered by a ticket which costs 500 yen. The ticket can be reused at different buildings. Daihongan immediately on the left, from the southern entrance. This Jodo sect temple houses the nunnery and the residence of the High Priestess. Nyome on the Nyomon Gate features two impressive Nyo guardians, which protect the compound from enemies of Buddhism. The two statues were reconstructed in 1918 after a fire. Original Main Hall. The original main hall is located on the left, after the Nyomon Gate. Kenshin located on the left, after the original main hall site. The Tendai sect temple houses the residence of the chief priest. The temple's compound contains a garden and a treasure house, which contains the illustrated scroll of the Tale of Genji. Unfortunately, these areas are not open for public viewing. Rokujizo. The Rokujizo are located to the right of the Daikenshin. The Rokujizo are statues of the 6 Bodhisattvas, who gave up Buddhist enlightenment in order to provide salvation to others. The Bodhisattvas are said to be able to commune with the 6 realms of hell: starvation, beasts, carnage, human beings and divine beings. Sandmorn. The Sandmorn Gate is considered an important cultural property. It contains 5 wooden Buddhist statues, as well as a plaque with calligraphy by the imperial prince, which is said to contain 5 hidden doves in the lettering. Reconstruction of the Sandmorn Gate began on October 1, 2002 and was scheduled to end on December 31, 2007. Kyozo. The Kyozo is located on the far left from the Sandmorn Gate. It is also an important cultural property. The building contains a repository of printed Buddhist sutras, and visitors get to rotate the octagonal sutra holder in order to gain enlightenment. The Kyozo was constructed in 1759, although the sutra holder was made in 1694. Zenkō-ji Honda. This is the main hall, located at the northern end of the compound. It is considered national treasure.